Hello YouTube, SalivateMetal here. It says starting, so I think I'm here. And let's see who we have out here. Whoa, we've got Silver Saber, I think, is in here. At least I think that's what I'm reading here. I keep on saying here, and I'm saying here too much. She's back with In-N-Out burgers for dinner. Yum. So I just came just in the nick of time before she eats her burgers there. She's gonna feed all those lovely terriers that she's breeding. Very, very nice. And so this is a very impromptu um, streaming here on a Friday night, and I figured I would do some shout outs to anybody who'd like to come by because this video will be published. And so I want to thank the viewers and all that. There's a lot of good stuff going on in the YouTube Silver community, lots of nice channels out there and videos, and Hi Ho Silver's going to be away for a while, but he will definitely come back. And others are kind of coming and going for one reason or another. But I think here in 2016 we have a lot of nice channels out there, a lot of good content in the community. I think it's stronger than ever, even with prices as low as they are. They're starting to go up a little bit, but I know since I started watching YouTube videos on silver, which is actually, I started watching these videos way back in 2000, probably 7 or 8. Started watching some YouTube videos on silver and the like. And one channel that I was attracted to very firstly was the Omega Man. And he is now known as Inside Silver, I believe. Graham. He's out of Australia, and he actually used to be a silver dealer. And so quite interesting how it's evolved over the years. But that I'll probably save for an actual scripted. Well, not that my videos are scripted, but I'll save that for a prepared video, probably to talk about sort of the history of the silver community here on YouTube, because I think it's a fascinating subject. Thank you, Cody Awesomeness. He says, love your channel, great info available. Thank you very much. And Robert 11 is here. Hello. He has some great casting videos of silver. Does a great job with that and other good information as well. So there's a lot of variety out there. And we're seeing a lot of poured silver videos coming out as well. I think Christopher Sanchez as well has some poured silver. He's getting into it. He's pouring into bottle caps. And Stock Jockey has come. He's not first, but he's here. And there are no poured cats yet. Pirate Booty Bullion is in the house. All right. Pirate Booty Bullion. I have prepared for a moment such as this because I figured, well, if I'm going to do these live chats or live streams, I better be prepared just in case Pirate Booty Bullion stops by so that I can show off my nice poured silver, struck silver bar from Pirate Booty Bullion. Very, very nice. It's too shiny. It's almost too shiny, reflects everything. But it's a good thing you can't tell what's on that box that the webcam's sitting on. It's not that shiny. But no, it's pretty shiny. And so was their business card. Their business card is also very shiny. So check out Pirate Booty Bullion if you haven't had a chance. They've actually come out with some, speaking of poured silver, they have come out with some very, very interesting and unique offerings as of late on their channel. And so very, very fascinating indeed, for sure. Let's see here. And this is fake silver. I just thought I'd show that. But I'm going to show this calculator because it has nothing to do with the subject at hand. It's just something different to put up there. Hello, Mikey B. Very nice. So it's good to see Mikey B in the house as well. Oh, thank you, Pirate Booty Bullion. Something they promised us. Very good. Very cool. And all right. we are springing into action for the weekend. It is Good Friday, everyone. Good Friday indeed. This is the day in the Christian calendar where Jesus was crucified and died for our sins. So we celebrate. It's a somber. For those of you in the Christian faith that go to services on a Good Friday night, there's a somber ceremony. But luckily, Sunday is just right around the corner. Ronnie Anderson is here. He missed the last live SM hangout. So it's good to see you back, sir. It's a treat to have you here with us. Mikey B is still in the house, just stopping by. And Stock Jockey notes again, reiterating that on Sunday is Easter. And can you imagine if during the biblical times, if Jesus has risen from the dead, and he has an announcer that comes out as a stone is rolled away and says, "Sunday, Sunday, Sunday, he is risen." And everybody would be expecting to see a monster truck show, but they get something even better, a risen savior, which is kind of nice. Not that monster trucks aren't cool, but you get my drift. Now I'm going to show something else very interesting here. You might like this. These are some P-Fords. These are some Israeli P-Fords. It's funny, I'm talking about Easter, and I'm showing Jewish coins. Oh, well. But these things are very thick, and this is part of a sets that the Israeli government had been releasing for quite some time. And these are very, very interesting pieces. They make these PA4 sets. They're nice, thick coins. And they're relatively cheap, so you can kind of play with them, which is fun. Always fun to play with your coins. As Stock Jockey says in his videos, enjoy your coins. And really, that's probably some of the best advice that one can ever give on YouTube, because it is fun. And no matter what you do, you can always enjoy that which you stack, which is I'm stacking now. And this is not precious metal. None of these are made of silver or gold. But they're just neat. They're really cool, and I can touch them. All right, let's see. Hello, Platinum Skies. Platinum Skies is asking if I have that cocaine for him. No, my shipment didn't arrive from Colombia because it's dried up over there because the government has cracked down, and so I've got to get it from a different source. Sorry, buddy. Actually, I'm just kidding. He's just joking around. I don't do cocaine. I've only played the song. Now, this is a very milky piece. It's kind of hard to see, but I got this for $18. And look, it's got a government. I got it from my LCS, but it's got a government thingamajigamabob on it. But let me pull it out. You can see how milky that is. So, double sixes, if you're listening out there, if you watch this video later, we're not just picking on the Royal Canadian Mint for the milk spots. Yes, indeed. All right, Stock Jockey says the bankers keep the gold for themselves and gives the fiat to the slaves. That's exactly right. It seems like central governments and banks they're accumulating all of the gold, and except for Canada, and sending it along and leaving the fiat for us, because none of us here were born with silver spoons in our mouth. And I will always use this joke when I do these live feeds because the spoon is handy and I can do it, and I can always pretend that there's someone who's just watching for the first time. Mikey B asked a really great question. Do I buy all of my coins online? No, I don't. I buy some. In fact, I have another one on layaway with my LCS, which is a bit. He's been very patient with me, But I get dimes, silver dimes, a lot from my LCS like this. Um, and you know, things here and there. If he's got a little ounce of silver there, a little bit of gold from time to time, but not all of them. But I do buy a lot online. Yes, Platinum Skies makes mention uh, about the hello IkeoNet. I'll get back to you about the cheap platinum. Yes, their platinum is cheap, and I've gotten a little bit last year. But anyways, hello IkeoNet. Nice to see you. Cody Awesomeness asks, "What are your favorite coins at the moment or coming out?" Wow, at the moment, it's hard to say. Uh, if if it's at the moment within the last year, I've got to say the wedge-tailed eagle is one of my favorite. The one that's flying, not the one that's perched or getting ready or landing. The one that's getting ready to land. In fact, speaking of that, Silver Speed is in the house, and I can ask Silver Speed a question, and I'll relay the answer to everyone here if he doesn't mind me putting him on the spot. He says, "Very cheap indeed." Do you know where the flying eagle is now? That's gone around the world here, Silver Speed. I've lost track of it. I haven't seen unless it's gone to a channel that I'm not subscribed to. So we'll wait for his answer there. And yes, Mikey B mentions the U.S. Mint should make a 1 kilo coin. It's interesting. The U.S. Mint is one of the few mints out there that is restricted. They're the most profitable government organization in the United States as far as business. If they were a business, they would be profitable. But the extra money made from the mint goes right into the general revenue fund of the United States. But they are limited on what they can produce based off of law. And in other words, what they mint is comes from congressional law for the most part. I'm not sure about things like the high relief coin last year or the 2009. So I don't know what it would take, but in most cases, it literally takes an act of Congress in order to have a coin program produced by the U.S. Mint. So I don't know if the kilos would come out for but that is a good idea. The U.S. Mint should do a kilo coin. And Stock Jockey makes a good point that they can't even keep up with the Silver Eagle demand, so no kilos for us. All right, Silver Speed, I think, has answered the question. And maybe he doesn't know, but he says, "No worries, it was an experiment unless I missed something." Oh, not a clue, to be honest. Maybe a good thing might turn up. So it looks like the flying. What was the actual title of it? How far will it fly? That has flown and has either been lost, or maybe that bird's been shot down, or maybe somebody when it landed, somebody just kind of pocketed it. I don't know. Someone knows. It was sent somewhere from a YouTuber to somebody else. Jalka 2001 says, "Sup, bras? None of us here, well, there may be some females here that wear bras, but if they're watching, they probably are wearing a bra, is my guess." Yes, he's too late for the free crack giveaway. Cloxy is also here. What if somebody made a 13 centimeter instead of a 10 centimeter kilo coin? Would that be awesome? Yes. Silver Picker is in the house. Hello, Silver Picker. How are you doing? All right. There's 2 trivia questions for the viewers here. And I'm going to ask what this is and await your answer. I don't know how to get the camera to focus on it because it's a webcam. So I'll just leave it down there. I'm doing well. Everybody seems to think I'm a cocaine dealer. I must be from watching the Silver Pour videos with the borax and the like. Salivate fisting. Hello, Silver Fist. Raise your silver fist and yell. All right. Ronnie Anderson says this looks like a part off of a car part. This is metal. This is in consistency with the SalivateMetal channel. Because this is indeed metal. Metal. Here's a tip for new A2 ounce owners from Clock's Key. I got mine to fit a capsule made for a 1.5 ounce RCM editions. It was a really tight fit, but a nice result. Very good. All right. I didn't even know you could get the 1.5 capsules for the I'm just reading these, so I didn't know you could get the 1.5 ounces for the RCM editions. I guess you can. I think there's a site out. Somebody had told me about a place you could go to get capsules for the Libertads, but I forget what it is now. Silver Speed, thank you about the drone video. I got so many dislikes on that video. I have some other ideas for the drone, but I'll have to see how it goes. But sometimes something new and different is not taken so kindly here on YouTube. Yeah, the new A2 ounce are, I think they're 38 millimeter. Yeah, no, this is not a flashing magnet, by the way. So the people that are watching this video after the fact can comment below on what their guess is, and we will move ahead for you to guess this next item. This also has some metal in it. So let's see if you can guess what that son of a biscuit is. Platinum Skies asked if I can do a full stack video. That's going to be very hard because my stack is so diverse, maybe to my detriment. Very good, IKONet. He has guessed it. It is a mouse ball. Very good. Good job. Now I'm going to find another object to put in place instead of that. Let me see here. Got that. All right. Now, let me go back to what I was talking about. Oh, the full stack. Plus, my collection is stored in different locations, and it's a variety. A lot of it has mint packaging of various sorts, and so it's tough to get it all together and to really show it with any great detail in such a way. It'd be a lot of work, but I may try to do some of it in sections, like do a bar video or something. And even so, it wouldn't be all of everything, but it'll be some of a lot of stuff, if that makes sense. And 11 Robert 11, that was a good guess, the inside of a golf ball, but it is actually a mouse ball. Let's see here. All right. IKONet has a question. As a collector, do you go for a coin of rarity, an MS69, or a lesser rare but still pretty rare MS70? Neither, actually, IKONet. I'm not really a big fan of the modern graded coins. The most recent video I did with that gold tigers, those were actually a friend of mine's. I should have mentioned that in the video. But usually if I'm with a friend of a friend who's not my friend in a video, what I'm showcasing is not mine, it's a friend's. But you know, I don't really collect based off of grade for the modern stuff. I love the modern stuff. I just get it. I'm an OGP guy. You know me, I'm down with OGP. I like to get the stuff as it was intended in the original packaging from the mint. And with that being said, I'm not really into these big kind of gimmicky. Well, I won't say gimmicky because some people like that stuff, but some of the more creative packaging, I'm not really as much into, like the Back to the Future coin with the car with the DeLorean. I mean, it's kind of a cool concept, but that's really not me. It's not really my style. But I did like how the um, Gods of Olympus coins were packaged. I like that kind of packaging. I like the some of the more decorative and ornate some of the packaging and stuff. So, yes, IQNet. The older stuff, I do have some older graded coins, and I do think that, in some of the coins there is a huge difference between a 64 and a 65. Um, like in the cases of Morgans, but an even greater difference between a 65 and a 66, or an MS65 plus. Um, so yeah, it's very interesting, and Odin, yes, stock jockey, exactly. The Odin coin packaging is very very nice too. Hello, AG Maya, how you doing? I'm just taking questions and the like. Probably won't make this too long. And this is a silver dime, proof from 2010. Very nice. What else can I show here just for gets and shiggles, you know what I'm saying? Let's see. How about this State Park elongated cent that is made out of copper? 95% copper, 5% zinc. And there's people that collect these things too, elongated cents. Okay, Platinum Skies, it's late over there in the UK. So thanks for staying up, and it was good seeing you, sir. Appreciate you stopping by. All right. Good question here. Uh, Mikey B, what's my most valuable coin? Souster. I'm the Souster with the Mouster. Um, my most valuable coin is not handy here. It's in an undisclosed location, but I would probably venture to guess it is either a MS65 graded Gold Eagle or my 2009 Ultra High Relief Double Eagle. Cody Awesomeness asks, how high do you think silver will go and when, or will it drop? And I think that silver is probably going to go up and down slightly over the next months, but I think we're going to see it start to rise in the long run. Probably when I say in the long run, within the next couple of years, you're going to see it slowly, steadily go up, unless there's some black swan event, of course, that could cause it to go higher. And so it's hard to say, but I do think that the lows that we saw of the high 13s, those days are long gone, in my view. I don't think it'll get that low again. Mikey B asked for a clarification on my 2009 Ultra High Relief Double Eagle. It is not proof like. However, I would love to have one of those. And that I've seen one, and they're very, very nice. The actual sort of a proof like appearance to it. The strike was so sharp on that piece that it almost had a proof sort of appearance to it, and the grading companies make note of that. Um, and So they're nice. So I have one graded that's a 69. I only got it in a capsule because it was um, didn't cost any more than it would to buy it raw, and it was not a raw one at the place where I bought that one. Stock Jockey asks if Belgium is a false flag. No, Belgium has an internationally recognized flag, and it flies proudly at their capital. And every nation's flag is genuine and recognized by the United Nations. Good question, sir. Silver speed, will oil be cheaper than an ounce of silver? Oh, well, that's a good question. That's interesting. I don't know. Um, my guess is we're seeing the oil prices go up for one reason or another. And as people lose confidence in the dollar, I think we might see oil continue to climb. And I think that at least for quite a while, we're done seeing the high 20s in a barrel of oil. In other words, $28, $26 a barrel. I think those days are gone for quite a while too. Wow, Mike B is talking about the 2009 Double Eagle proof light going for 18,000. Wow, the proof light, and it was probably a quote first strike designation, which I don't believe in, but nonetheless. Gickle South asked what I think about Harry Dent. I've heard a very few. I've heard a couple of interviews with him. I'm not sure I agree with everything he says, and I keep on thinking of him as the two-faced character on Batman, or is that Harvey Dent? I can't get that out of my head, but I don't know enough about him. Stock Jockey asked if I think Obama is a good dancer. When he tangoed, he looked awkward. Well, you know what? Give Obama credit, you know. Hey, he's trying to have fun. He's our ambassador for Cuba. You know, he makes a good point talking about the United States should learn from Cuba with regards to human rights. So, you know, give him some credit there. And Harry Dent is the bane capital of our existence and a friend of Romney. Okay, thank you. All right. Scary Harry. So there's not many fans of him here, or at least from a couple of things. Silver Speed asked who will win the election from the USA. I do believe in the polls, believe it or not. Most of the time, like the weather, generally they get most stuff right. There's some times where they can be off a little bit, but all the polls have consistently showing Trump as leading. Although it's tightening up in some of these other states between him and Cruz. I'm a Cruz supporter. I'm hoping Cruz will get it, but it's a long shot, admittedly. But if Trump wins the election or wins the primary and becomes a nominee, he will probably lose to Hillary Clinton, as she consistently has been beating him in the polls. And Trump keeps doing and saying things that eventually people are going to get tired of, and the media, you know, one thing that Trump says, has been known to say, is that I haven't even started on Hillary yet, is his big thing once the general election comes around. Well, Mr. Trump, the media hasn't even started on you yet, and you just wait. And you know, it's something when you have Ted Cruz, who is close friends with the editor of the Inquirer, and the Inquirer has run stories for years, you know, bashing all kinds of politicians and the like, but always praising Donald Trump. And just recently, the Inquirer just posted an article saying that Ted Cruz has had 5 affairs. A stock jockey has just now posted here, and of course it's totally baseless, like the National Enquirer is. I mean, this election has become pretty much like a parody of itself, and you can pretty much take that to the bank, take it to the World Wrestling Federation in the ring, as Trump has been associated with, or a Saturday Night Live skit, which is another thing that Donald Trump has become a parody of himself. And Jam Van 1000 says, when you take a deep look at Trump's policies and proposals, his racism, sexism will be an afterthought. Well, I don't know that he's a racist, um, but it certainly does appear that he has said some things that are very sexist. But his policies are very dangerous, in my opinion. He has some very progressive, big government policies, and it astounds me how anyone who believes in limited government and freedom and the Constitution of the United States would have anything to do with Donald Trump. The interesting thing about Donald Trump is that he um, says some things which sound good, and the fact that he's politically incorrect and speaks his mind off the cuff is attractive. It's an attractive and refreshing quality, I admit. I enjoy his press conferences and the like. When he gets in the mud and when he goes out saying lion Ted or whatever, and just these juvenile insults and the like, and posting pictures of his wife next to Ted Cruz's wife, and hey, I've got a better looking wife, and that kind of thing. It's just childish, and that's not a quality that you would ask for in any leader of any country, much less the United States. But as for me, I'm pretty open with my political beliefs, and I am very ideological and very conservative, and but I'm also think that you can do it with respect, and um, you can engage in political discourse, talking policy, and not engaging in personal attacks. Let's see. How many Silver Speed asks how many pressed coins do I have? Oh, you mean like this elongated cent? Not very many of them. Probably shown that too much. Let's see here. Let's see. Here's one. This is a kind of a this is the Lincoln Log coin. 1 cent piece. Abraham Lincoln. Hello, Anthony G. You're in the house. What's up, my brother? Silver Picker asked what got me into stacking. Well, um, I don't know. It's probably a question more related to what got me into collecting, because I probably do consider myself more of a collector than a stacker, although I do stack. Um, and but probably my grandfather. He handed me a cleaned 1906 um, Indian head cent, which you'd never clean coins. You don't. I mean, this thing was just buffed to a shine. But I was so fascinated with it, the history behind it, and I think that really got me into it. And then years later, when I was down visiting my grandparents, I went into a coin shop and bought my first silver bar. It was a Johnson Matthey's 1 ounce silver bar. I got it for like $4, and so yeah. And ever since then, that was the point where I probably got into, quote, stacking, although I didn't stack much. So Silver Speed asked, how many years will you start to unload your stack? That's a good question. I'm not sure. I don't really want to think about unloading it or selling it, because like I said, I'm a collector and I just like to enjoy a lot of it. But yeah, a lot of the stuff, as far as, if I really needed to sell it, it could happen. Some of it at retirement. I might sell some of it and enjoy it for retirement. So it's hard to say. All right. Oh, yeah, and I don't have that Warren Eagle with me right now. It's in another room, and I'm too lazy to go pick it up. But I do like that Warren Eagle. I will show it again sometime there, Seeker. And maybe if I show it again, I'll use a different voice. Seeker's channel, check out Seeker's channel sometime. He's got, I think, 3 and 4 different character voices. And there was one voice he actually didn't swear in it, which is pretty cool. It's kind of wild. I once thought about becoming an unmotivational speaker, but I don't have the energy to promote myself or to go on tour or to go get that Warren Eagle. I'm just too lazy to get it right now. Silver Speed misses my old intro. Which one? I've got several now. I usually change them up about once every year. Is it the one where there's coins in the mouth and they're coming out? Those are mercury dimes for the most part. Is that the one you miss? For those that do miss any of my old intros, I encourage you to go watch some of the older videos and recap and, check it out, yeah. And they're all still there for the public record. By the way, it says that 0 are watching. And does anybody know how many are watching? It never does tell me. I'm just curious. Hello, Bobby1955. How are you doing? And Cool Acadian asked if I think PMs will go down in May. Is that when the Fed is going to meet again? I'm not sure. I do think they will go down some again. But I was saying earlier, thank you guys. 28, 27, 29. Very good. Thanks. So yeah, and K Dave comes in a little late here asking where I think gold and silver will be going from here on out. I think we're going to see them go up generally, but we will see dips in the meantime. And it just depends on how, unless there's a black swan event where they may either go up or go, and I do think there could be a black swan event that could cause them to tank too, by the way, to go down a lot. I don't know really what that would be, but keep that in mind. But I think that generally the days of 1390 silver are over, and I don't think we'll see below $1,000 an ounce for gold. Silver Picker asked how I made that intro with the mercury dime coming out of the mouth. Well, the coins go in the mouth, completely uncleaned, because you don't like to clean coins, so all of the bacteria, fingerprints, cocaine residue, all of it is in the mouth. You mouthwash with them, gargle with it, generate some saliva, and then you just laugh. And when you laugh, they just start just protruding out, drooling out. That's how it's done. It has grossed many people out. There was one person who said they hated the intro. So anyways. So Stock Jockey says the Federal Reserve should be the first place to burn down when the revolution starts. Yeah, the Federal Reserve definitely is it needs to be audited by a Congress. There has been a private audit that apparently is public, but I don't believe that audit. I think that there should be a federal an audit of the Federal Reserve. And by the way, speaking of the Federal Reserve and a gold standard, for those in the United States, Ted Cruz is the only candidate that is mentioned going back to some form of a gold standard, where there's some accountability from an asset such as gold. Now, the gold standard in the past has not been perfect, and it's not to say that if we go back to a gold standard, it'll be perfect either. But Ted Cruz is the only candidate who has proposed doing something as such. And to me, that's an attractive quality in a presidential candidate. The multi-gunman is here, and I have to send condolences to him. The fiance has dumped him. I'm sorry about that. But you know what? Us friends here on YouTube, we are here with you, sir. And we stand with you, and it's her loss. Stock Jockey correctly says, Lion Ted, Lion Ted. That's right, Ted. Even though he served one term in the Senate, he is the lion of the Senate, and he is the lion of the presidential candidates, the best one out there. Thank you, Stock Jockey. And yes, I do think that the Fed should be audited. If Donald Trump wants to audit the Fed and thinks that should be done, I agree with him on that. A friend is here. Good evening, a friend. Good to see you. Steve B, what do you think about the Rwanda Wildlife Coin Series? He just finished the set. Wow, that's impressive because some of those earlier dates are very hard to get. I just saw a video from someone who said that they were thinking about selling some of theirs because it was too hard to find the earlier coins. Thank you, AG Maya. Very nice about the intro. Yes, Micah Zabriskie, and I appreciate the question. I do like seafood. Crab meat is my favorite. SM, are you going to buy the James G. Rickards new book, The Case for Gold? Talking about $10,000 gold coming. I don't know. I don't. Not heard of him. I really don't read a whole lot of the old some of these people that are what they call pumpers and predicting these wild numbers. I mean, that could happen, but I don't know. It's it would be interesting to read probably. Stock Jockey is not a Ted Cruz fan. He thinks that Ted is a Goldman Sachs puppet. Just because Ted's wife works for Goldman Sachs does not mean he's a puppet or that she is a puppet. Even though he got a loan from Goldman Sachs at a low interest rate, he paid it off. The thing is that what's interesting is people say, well, some establishment person has endorsed your candidate. Your candidate, his wife works at a quote big bank or whatever. Well, we're all involved in some way. We use the fiat currency. We use the dollar. That which we rail against, we use to buy our precious metals. And we are in a system. Unless we are hermits living out in the jungle, we're participating in a system for which many of us don't like. And it doesn't mean we can't work to change the system. And as a presidential candidate, Ted Cruz is the man to truly reform the system. So anyways, that's my little campaign speech. All right. Put the live cameras in Fort Knox. I'll get right on that, Seeker. I'm on my way right now see. I can go to Kentucky to put a web camera in at Fort Knox, but I can't go in the other room to pick up my Warren Silver Eagle. Sorry about that. Priorities, right? All right, I'm gonna have to take off here soon. I don't know how many are watching, but it's really fun. I appreciate everyone coming here. I love the different questions. The seafood question was great. Multi-Gunman says he purchased a numismatic 10-ounce pure silver dime from the Royal Canadian Mint. Only 1,500 made. I thought they made 5-ounce versions of the various denominations. I didn't know there were 10-ounce versions, but that's really cool. And he's seeing an increase in value, and it's only been out for less than a month. Yeah, be careful, though, with some of those modern releases. Sometimes when they're first released, they really spike up, and then they go back down. Silver Speed asked what will be the most sought-after bullion coin in 10 years' time. Boy, that's a good question. It's really hard to say. The most sought-after bullion coin, that could be anything from the Wildlife Series from Royal Canadian Mint to the Britannia, or the something from the Perth Mint. Let's see here. Okay, boy, now I'm having trouble keeping up with the comments. More people are coming in, which I appreciate. Let me answer this one here. A friend has asked about the coin election, the coin and round election. I will begin it soon. I need to go through and document the nominations that were placed in the previous video, which I probably should have linked in the last video I did, but I did it maybe a week or so ago. And that's where I asked for the nominations of people who wanted to put their guesses about what they think would be or what their nominations for the best coin design. And I'll go through and tally those, and then start doing some elections and putting up some ones against the other here. Let's see here. Let's see. Okay. All right. Take care, Silver Speed. Good to see you. Multi-gun man. Yes, 5 ounce. Okay. Yes, I thought they were 5 ounce. Let's see here. Who's left here? All right. See you, Seeker. Take it, Squeezy. Don't be sleazy. Thanks, Cody Awesomeness. It looks like people are 86ing. They're taking off. Happy Easter, Anthony G. I haven't left yet, but Darth Vader proof. Okay. Good. Leaving. What? Thanks for the time tonight. Okay, yeah. All right. Let's see. Good. All right. Well, everybody's heading out. All right. Well, great. Thank you all for participating. I'll do this again. I think I figured out a way to let people know, but I think probably the best thing to do is to just do a video, and I might do it on another night other than Friday nights, just to kind of change things up a little bit. But I appreciate everyone watching. Like to extend a multitude of, or a sortitude of gratitude to you all. No, a multitude of gratitude. And you all have a great weekend and happy Easter to one and all in one.